El Paso. Here's NBC's Jacob Soboroff.
Shep, Vice President Harris making her first visit here to the southwest border as the Vice President of the United States, but not period. She visited the border in California several times as a senator from that state, but this is certainly her first trip to El Paso, to right here. And they say that's because this is the place that the family separation policy began under the Trump administration. And as the Biden-Harris administration makes an effort to go to what they call a more fair, safe, orderly and humane immigration system, they are making a clear distinction between that separation policy, which started here, and where they want to take this immigration system from here moving forward. But that doesn't mean she's spared from criticism from both the right and the left, quite frankly. From the right, because of the choice to visit El Paso and not the Rio Grande Valley, where more apprehensions happen of migrants along the entire southwest border than anywhere else. And, of course, because she's making this visit after former President Trump announced that he was going to go to the southwest border at some point next week. Folks on the left, particularly Democratic progressives, are encouraged by the rhetoric from this administration, the idea that they want to reunite those families separated under the Trump administration, but say they have a long way to go. Specifically, the international rule of asylum is not being respected. So it is a trip that is not without criticism from both the right and the left. It is a Biden administration that is trying to make a pivot. At least they say they are trying to. But you hear from many people who spend a lot of time down here on the border. They got a long way to go. Shep?
Jacob Soboroff reporting from El Paso. Thank you.
This is Tommy Nation Politics. Free thinking, and totally open-minded, new progressive media. And we are the People's Court tonight. Here we have a few cases of bandwagon mentality beats social norms and conventional wisdom. It's up to you to figure out which is which. If you can't seem to do that, you might just ask yourself one question. Am I a cuck? I hope not. But if you were, you probably wouldn't be watching or listening to Tommy Nation Politics. You are, thank you for watching or listening. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.tommynationpolitics.com/TommyNationPolitics, Facebook.com. If you want to send us messages, this is the people.
I will be honest with you, I haven't been back to court in a long time because I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily. I'll recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney.
Ms. Spears, I hate to interrupt you, but my court reporter is taking down what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you have to speak a little more slowly.
Oh, of course, yes. Okay,
and
I apologize.
Make a
Great.
record of everything you're saying.
Okay.
Sure. Now,
The people who did this to me should not get away and to be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney, so out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. When I came off that tour, a new show in Las Vegas was supposed to take place. I started rehearsing early, but it was hard because I'd been doing Vegas for 4 years and I needed a break in between. But no, I was told this is the timeline and this is how it's going to go. I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week, half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I was basically directing most of the show with my whereabouts, where I preferred to rehearse and actually did most of the choreography, meaning I taught my dancers my new choreography myself. I take everything I do very seriously. There's tons of video with me at rehearsals. I wasn't good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating in rehearsals and I never agreed to take my medication, which my medication is only taken in the mornings, never at rehearsal. They don't even see me. So why are they even claiming that? When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb. somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management and my dancers and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move. I was told by my, at the time, therapist, Dr. Benson, who died, that my manager called him in that moment and told him I wasn't cooperating or following the guidelines in rehearsals. And he also said I wasn't taking my medication, which is so dumb because I've had the same lady every morning for the past 8 years give me my same medication, and I'm nowhere near these stupid people. It made no sense at all. There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the new Vegas show, I don't have to, because I was getting really nervous. I said, I can wait. It was like, they told me I could wait. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me when they said I don't have to do the show anymore, because I was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was a false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad. And my dad he acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away when my kids went home to Louisiana. He was the one who approved all of it. My whole family did nothing. Over the 2-week holiday, a lady came into my home for 4 hours a day, sat me down and did a psych test on me. It took forever. But I was told I had to then, after that I got off, I was told I had to then, after I got a phone call from my dad saying, after I did the psych test with this lady, basically saying I had failed the test or whatever, I'm sorry, Britney, you have to listen to your doctors. They are planning to send you to a small home in Beverly Hills to do a small rehab program that we're going to make up for you. You're going to pay $60,000 a month for this. I cried on the phone for an hour and he loved every minute of it. The control he had over someone as powerful as me, as he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%, he loved it. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking, making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work with the people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. There was one chef that came there and cooked for me daily during the weekdays. They watched me changed every day, naked, morning, noon, and night. My body, I had no privacy door for my room. I gave 8 gallons of blood a week. If I didn't do any of my meetings and work from 8 to 6 at night, which is 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off, I wouldn't be able to see my kids or my boyfriend. I never had a say in my schedule. They always told me I had to do this. And ma'am, I will tell you, sitting in a chair 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it ain't fun. And especially when you can't walk out the front door. And that's why I'm telling you this again 2 years later. After I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy, it's a lie. I thought I said that enough. Maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. I've been in shock. I am traumatized. Fake it till you make it. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane, and I'm depressed. I cry every day, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think how the state of California can have all this written in the court documents from the time I showed up and do absolutely nothing, just hire with my money another person to keep my dad on board. Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing at me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail. Their cool tactics working for Miley Cyrus as she smokes on joints and stage at the VMAs. Nothing is ever done to this generation for doing wrong things. But my precious body, who's worked for my dad for the past fucking 13 years, trying to be so good and pretty, so perfect when he works me so hard, when I do everything I'm told in the state of California, allowed my ignorant father to take his own daughter, who only has a role with me if I work with him. They set back the whole course and allowed him to do that to me. That's giving these people I've worked for way too much control. They also threatened me and said, if I don't go, then I have to go to court. And it will be more embarrassing me if the judge publicly makes go the evidence we have. You have to go. I was advised for my image, I need to go ahead and just go and get it over with. They said that to me. I don't even drink alcohol. I should drink alcohol, considering what they put my heart through. Also, the Bridges facility they sent me to, none of the kids, I was doing this program for 4 months. So the last 2 months I went to a Bridges facility. None of the kids there did the program. They never showed up for any of them. You didn't have to do anything if you didn't want to. How come they always made me go? How come I was always threatened by my dad and anybody that participated in this conservatorship? If I don't do this, what they tell me to enslave me to do, they're going to punish me. The last time I spoke to you by just keeping the conservatorship going and also keeping my dad in the loop made me feel like I was dead, like I didn't matter, like nothing had been done to me, like you thought I was lying or something. I'm telling you again because I'm not lying. I want to feel heard, and I'm telling you this again so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. I was told I have to sit down and be evaluated again if I want to end the conservatorship. Ma'am, I didn't know I could petition the conservatorship to end it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I honestly didn't know that. But honestly, I don't think I owe anyone to be evaluated. I've done more than enough. I don't feel like I should even be in a room with anyone to offend me by trying to question my capacity of intelligence, whether I need to be in this stupid conservatorship or not. I've done more than enough. I don't owe these people anything, especially me, the one that has roofed and fed tons of people on tour on the road. It's embarrassing and demoralizing what I've been through. And that's the main reason. I've never said it openly. And mainly I didn't want to say it openly because I honestly didn't think anyone would believe me. To be honest with you, the Paris Hilton story on what they did to her to that school, I didn't believe any of it. I'm sorry, I'm an outsider, and I'll just be honest. I didn't believe it. And maybe I'm wrong. And that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying. She's got everything. She's Britney Spears. I'm not lying. I just want my life back. And it's been 13 years and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all of this to end without being tested. Again, it makes no sense whatsoever for the state of California to sit back and literally watch me with their own 2 eyes make a living for so many people and pay so many people trucks and buses on tour on the road with me and be told I'm not good enough, but I'm great at what I do. And I allow these people to control what I do, ma'am, and it's enough. It makes no sense at all. Now, going forward, I'm not willing to meet or see anyone I've met with enough people against my will. I'm done. All I want is to own my money for this to end and my boyfriend to drive me in his fucking car. And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me by making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you. Instead of having an interview, honestly, I need that to get it off my heart, the anger and all of it that's been happening. It's not fair they're telling me lies about me openly. Even my family, they do interviews to anyone they want on news stations, my own family doing interviews and talking about the situation and making me feel so stupid. And I can't say one thing. And my own people say I can't say anything. It's been 2 years. I want a recorded call to you. Actually, we're doing this now, which I didn't know that we were doing this. To the public, say knows what they did to me. I told I know my lawyer Sam has been very scared for me to go forward because he's saying if I speak up, I'm being overworked in that facility of that rehab place. The rehab place will sue me. He told me I should keep it to myself. Really, I would personally like to. Actually, I know I've had grown with a personal relationship with Sam, my lawyer. I've been talking to him like 3 times a week now. We've kind of built a relationship, but I haven't really had the opportunity by my own self to actually handpick my own lawyer by myself. And I would like to be able to do that. I would like to also, the main reason why I'm here is because I want to end the conservatorship without having to be evaluated. I've done a lot of research, ma'am, and there's a lot of judges who do end conservatorships for people without them having to be evaluated all the time. The only times they don't is if a concerned family member says something's wrong with this person and otherwise. And considering my family has lived off my conservatorship for 13 years, I won't be surprised if one of them has something to say and go forward and say, we don't think this should end. We have to help her, especially if I get my fair served in turning, exposing what they did to me. Also, I want to speak to you about, at the moment, my obligations, which I personally don't think at the very moment I owe anybody anything. I have 3 meetings a week I have to attend no matter what. I just don't like feeling like I work for the people whom I pay. I don't like being told I have to no matter what, even if I'm sick. Jody, the conservator, says I have to see my coach Ken even when I'm sick. I would like to do 1 meeting a week with a therapist. I've never, even before they sent me to that place, had 2 therapy sessions. A therapy session and 1 therapy session with I have a doctor and then a therapy person. What I've been forced to do illegal in my life, I shouldn't be told I have to be available 3 times a week to these people I don't know. I'm talking to you today because I feel, again, yes, even Jody is starting to kind of take it too far with me. They have me going to therapy twice a week and a psychiatrist. I've never in the past they had me going, twice a week and my Dr. Gold, so that's 3 times a week. I've never in the past had to see a therapist more than once a week. It takes too much out of me going to this man I don't know. Number 1, I'm scared of people. I don't trust people with what I've been through. And the clever setup of being in Westlake, one of the most exposed places in Westlake, which yesterday, paparazzi showed me coming out of the place literally crying in therapy. It's embarrassing and it's demoralizing. I deserve privacy when I go. I deserve privacy when I go and have therapy, either at my home, like I've done for 8 years. They've always come to my home. Or when the Dr. Benson, the man that died, I went to a place similar to what I went to in Westlake, which was very exposed and really bad. Okay, so wait, where was I? In Westlake, it was identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, yes, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me too. And to be totally honest with you, I was so...
Excuse me for interrupting you. But my reporter says if you could just slow down a little bit because she's trying to make sure she gets everything that you're saying.
Okay, cool.
And so if you could, that would be great.
I have been through, and the clever setup in Westlake is identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, yes, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me. And to be totally honest with you, when he passed away, I got on my knees and thanked God. In other words, my team is pushing it with me again. I have trapped phobias being in small rooms because the trauma locking me up for 4 months in that place. Is not okay for them to send me, to that small room like that twice a week with another new therapist I pay that I never even approved. I don't like it. I don't want to do that. And I haven't done anything wrong to deserve this treatment. It's not okay to force me to do anything I don't want to do. By law, Jody and this so-called team I should be able to sue them for threatening me and saying, if I don't go and do these meetings twice a week, we can't let you have your money and go to Maui on your vacations. You have to do what you're told for this program, and then you will be able to go. But it was very clever. They picked one of the most exposed places in Westlake, knowing I have the hot topic of the conservatorship, that over 5 paparazzis are going to show up and get me crying coming out of that place. I begged them to make sure that they did this at my home so I would have privacy. I deserve privacy. The whole conservatorship from the beginning, once the conservatorship from the beginning, once you see someone, whoever it is in the conservatorship, making them money and myself money and working, that whole statement right there, the conservatorship should end. There should be I shouldn't be in a conservatorship if I can work and provide money and work for myself and pay other people. It makes no sense. The laws need to change. What state allows people to own another person's money and account and threaten them and saying, you can't spend your money unless you do what we want you to do, and I'm paying them? Ma'am, I've worked since I was 17 years old. You have to understand how thin that is for me. Every morning I get up to know I can't go on somewhere unless I meet people I don't know every week in an office identical to the one where the therapist was very abusive to me. I truly believe this conservatorship is abusive. And then we can sit here all day and say, oh, conservatorships are here to help people. But ma'am, there's 1,000 conservatorships that are abusive as well. I don't feel like I can live a full life. I don't owe them to go see a man I don't know and share him my problems. I don't even believe in therapy. I always think you take it to God. I want to end the conservatorship without being evaluated. In the meantime, I want this therapist once a week. He can either come to my home. No, I just want him to come to my home. I'm not willing to go to Westlake and be embarrassed by all these paparazzi, these scummy paparazzi laughing at my faces while I'm crying, coming out and taking my pictures as all these white, nice dinners with people drinking wine at restaurants, watching me leave these places. They set me up by sending me to the most exposed places, and I told them I didn't want to go there because I knew paparazzi would show up there. They only gave me 2 options for therapists, and I'm not sure how you make your decisions, ma'am, but this is the only chance for me to talk to you for a while. I need your help. So if you can just kind of let me know where your head is. I don't really honestly know what to say, but my requests are just to end the conservatorship without being evaluated. I want a petition basically to end the conservatorship, but I want it to be petitioned to end it, but I don't want to be evaluated and be sat in a room with people 4 hours a day like they did me before. And they made it even worse for me after that happened. So I'm honestly new at this, and I'm doing research on all these things. I do know common sense and the method that things can end. For people, it has ended without them being evaluated. So I just want you to take that in consideration.
Conservatorship was born in ancient Rome, focusing on the power and privileges invested in the father. It was quite literally the patriarchy. This week we've had an introduction to Law and Society 1. That's my opinion, anyway. What are laws? Are they moral? I don't think so. What is law and society? Well, society is the facade of a civilized human nature, which does not exist. Our nature is to have bandwagon mentality, to disbelieve victims of trauma, to fall in line with the conventional wisdom and the social norms. Isn't it? I don't know, guys. You tell me. The chat's open. It's late. I didn't think anybody was going to be on. I'm kind of a little upset at this point in time with all of the ugliness happening in the world. All of the injustice. The cruelty. The people that are called the takers are winning. The bad guys are winning. And you know what? Not only are they winning, but the takers make takers. What do we have now? A nation of sheep led by pigs owned by wolves. Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? Tommy Nation Politics. I see you. Give me more. It's not enough. Growing capitalist acting up. Baby acting like a slut, baby. Every time they turn the lights down, just wanna go that extra mile for you. Public display of affection feels like no one else in the room. Breaking it down like there's no one around. They got me rocking, got me rocking, got me rocking, me rocking. Cameras are flashing my way to dance, and they keep watching, watching, keep watching, watching. The crowd is saying, give me, 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 more, give me, give me, give me, the center of attention, even when we're up against the wall. You got me on a crazy position. If you're on a mission, you got my permission. No, breaking it down like.
Thank everybody for being here and for providing the input you did. Not just the people who were in the courtroom here, but also those who provided written statements, both from the Floyd family and the defendant's family. I've read all the impact statements that were submitted earlier and listened carefully to all the input here today. And it is truly appreciated that you took the time to stay with this case and to provide me with input. I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation and carefully considered all the facts of the case and the law, but my comments are actually going to be very brief because most of it's going to be in writing. I have a 22-page memorandum that is going to be attached to the sentencing order. And why am I doing it in writing? To emphasize the fact that determining the appropriate sentence in any case, and in this case, is a legal analysis. It's applying the rule of law to the facts of an individual and specific case. And that is why, as opposed to trying to being profound here on the record, I prefer that you read the legal analysis that explains how I determined the sentence in this case. What the case is, or what the sentence is not based on, is emotion or sympathy. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge the deep and tremendous pain that all the families are feeling, especially the Floyd family. You have our sympathies. And I acknowledge and hear the pain that you are feeling. I acknowledge the pain not only of those in this courtroom, but the Floyd family who are outside this courtroom and other members of the community. It has been painful throughout Hennepin County, throughout the state of Minnesota, and even the country. But But most importantly, we need to recognize the pain of the Floyd family. I'm not going to attempt to be profound or clever because it's not the appropriate time. I'm not basing my sentence also on public opinion. I'm not basing it on any attempt to send any messages. A trial court judge, the job of a trial court judge is to apply the law to specific facts and to deal with individual cases. And so, Mr. Chauvin, as to count one, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony under Minnesota Statute 609.19 subdivision 2 paren 1, it is the judgment of the court that you now stand convicted of that offense. Pursuant to Minnesota Statute section 609.04, counts 2 and 3 will remain unadjudicated as they are lesser offenses of count 1. As sentence for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270. That is a 10-year addition to the presumptive sentence of 150 months. This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd. You are granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives for the remainder of your life. Provide a DNA sample as required by law. Register as a predatory offender as required by law. And then you will receive a copy of the order and also the attached memorandum explaining the court's analysis. Anything further from the state?
If this needs to be said, we just ask that it be executed forthwith.
Defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff to be transported back to the DOC or whichever custody is currently holding him. Anything from the defense? No, Your Honor. All right. Thank you. We are adjourned.
There you have it, the sentence.
Guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. You heard that. Did you hear it? Did you hear that verdict? Did you hear Britney Spears' story? I was listening. Guys, y'all will probably know this, but I'm pretty old. I'm 36. I lotion. That's why you don't know. But I love Britney Spears. She's my favorite. Still to this day. She taught me who to be who I am, really. She really did. No matter what. She always, you know how she said, fake it till you make it? My voice teacher used to say that all the time. Whenever you fall, you get back up again. And you make all the paparazzi talk about you. You make yourself better. You make yourself win Grammys. You laugh in the face of your enemies. The whole time smiling. That's Britney Spears. A lot of people, she had so much hate back in the day with Paris Hilton, and everybody thought she was stupid. Turns out now everybody's on her side. In this woke culture of fakeness and conventional wisdom and social norms, you have the guy who wrote a song about Cry Me a River with a lookalike of Britney Spears. How fucking bitter and rude was that? Now, that cuck, literally, I'm on your side, Britney. I hope Jessica Biel whips your ass, you fucking cuck. I swear to God, Justin, that guy has no balls at all. It's really a turnoff. Like, he looks so good, but no balls. So, guys, this is a day of honesty. Because this is the day of truth, love, and justice. I hope that if you have anything to say, if you want to fact check me or whatnot, you can get on the chat. But this is just the time in life, guys, where I just have to be real, just like Britney. It's Tommy, bitch. And it's time. Did you hear this? First of all, we'll go over this whole conservatorship thing. Now, this whole conservatorship thing was, I have no idea really how it began. She shaved her head. Females can't shave their heads, I guess. She's crazy, right? Take some medication, take some lithium. Don't legalize marijuana. Don't give a Green New Deal. Don't give a minimum wage. Take some drugs and watch these people leech off of you. Watch these people that you have no control over. You're hiring trucks that you're paying for. All of the stuff that you're paying for, you have no control over it. You have no control over your money, over your time, over your children, over your life. What does that sound like to you? That sounds like the dreams of the Democrats and Republicans. It literally does, doesn't it? Oh my God, you're insurrecting? You don't have your mask above your nose? I think we need a commission. I think we need to talk about that. We might have to punish you. When I was listening to that whole entire conservatorship thing, guys, it really got me because it's what we're going through right now. Only Britney Spears doesn't want to go through it. You do. You guys do. Because you think that maybe in 2024, we might be able to get something. And maybe in 2028, when we hold our nose for Nancy Pelosi to be president, we'll get something else. But these people keep lying and lying and lying and lying and lying to you, and they don't give you anything, and nothing fundamentally changes. And you're fine with that because Trump. But Trump. Britney, as you could tell, she's tired. So am I. Freedom, guys. Liberty. Truth, justice, love. Real things. Integrity. If only this world didn't run on money and greed and success and fakeness and technocratic oligarchical bullshit fact-checking. If only this world ran on integrity, if only this world ran on honesty, I think we'd be a much better place. We would be. I have no doubt. But we're not. We're living in a world of denial, guys. This whole entire week has made me pull out my Narcotics Anonymous book. So I did the 12 steps. I was addicted to drugs. I am. And I don't do drugs as much anymore, guys, but sometimes I feel like doing them. So I pull out this little book, even though I go to meetings sometimes, but I don't follow the 12 steps because I drink alcohol and I smoke pot. So can't be in that club. But I do like to reflect on where I came from because I don't ever want to go back there. Okay. So I was looking at my book and we were talking about denial in the first step. First step is admitting you have a problem, guys. We don't want to admit we have a problem. We don't want to admit that these two parties are robbing us transparently. We don't want to admit that they don't give a shit about us. We don't want to admit that the justice system is literally their playground and the powerful people in power are law and order. When people say law and order, they're saying my law, my order. That's what they're saying. They're not talking about real law and order. There is no law. There is only nature. There's only nature, guys. In reality, nature and us, we're part of nature, right? We're created by a creator or whatnot. Maybe we evolved. Who knows? What did law evolve? Was law created by a rib? No. It was created by us. Why? For order. We're in denial about all of this, guys. We think that laws are moral. We think that we can judge other people. We think we're better than other people. I don't think I'm better than anybody. In fact, I know I'm not. But people think I'm arrogant because I have this podcast and I'm rambling, apparently. I don't think so. I think I'm saying exactly what I want to say. But you can't understand it, some of you. I'm really sad about that. I really want to communicate with you guys. I really do. Because we are one step away, guys. You have no idea how close we are. White House scrambles to manage fallout of Biden random remarks in Politico. Joe Biden said the quiet part out loud and paid the price for it. Reveling in his bipartisan win on infrastructure Thursday, the president he would deal. He just endorsed, unless a separate bill, including his other domestic priorities, arrived on the desk too. Looks like now he's lying to the Republicans. This guy's a liar. I love it. I love you guys. Joe Biden is the biggest liar in the world. And he's the biggest racist. He's the biggest warmonger. After 4 years, you guys wanted a non-racist, non-warmonger, non-menace. Literally, you got Joe Biden. Now he's lying to Republicans. Whether or not deliberate on this infrastructure bill, the comments set off a cascade of events in and out of the Oval Office. Yes, because Joe Biden's not only a liar, he's also a dementia-riddled old man who can't stop saying the quiet parts out loud. Poor kids are just as smart as rich kids are. Turn the record player on. Listen to the conventional wisdom and social norms while your kids are sleeping. You know, you have to make the decision constantly every day what you're going to do. The choices that you make every day. You have to make your choices. I feel strongly about this, guys. That you are in charge of your own choices. And it's up to you. Now, what the Democrats and the Republicans want is for them to be in control. And they don't have to make any choices for you. You'll make them for yourself. And you know, the scary part is, it's working. They didn't make you vote for Joe Biden. You did that all by yourself. They didn't make you back them up. They didn't make you pay $10 to the DNC so that they could overturn the Democratic, the Mitch McConnell and his bastard Republicans, whose obstructionist games. You did that. I don't know why. Maybe it's denial. But, you know, whatever it is, I've had enough of it, guys. And you know what else I've had enough of? I've had enough of the cops and their bullshit power trip. I've had enough of their law and order. I have had enough of their law and order. Since 1994, I've had enough of their law and fucking order. I don't know what the fuck you hear when they're saying this shit. But all I can see around me is incarceration rising, income inequality increasing, the rich and the 1% owning more wealth than the bottom 90% combined, slave wages, no freedom, no justice, no love, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. It's not a threat. It's a promise. It's a prophecy. No justice, no peace. Didn't you hear Britney? You see what happens over a long amount of time when you see people taking advantage of you over and over and over again, and you're powerless. You're completely powerless to change that. Traumatizes you, doesn't it? So maybe, guys, maybe you think I'm rambling because I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized by the decisions that we're choosing to make. And I'm traumatized by this law that we're choosing to accept. You heard from the judge. He's really sorry from the bottom of his heart. I heard everybody. But I have to follow the law. What does the law say? The law says that a murdering psychopath, Derek Chauvin, he's going to serve 22.5 years for murder. Murder. It wasn't just murder like passionate, premeditated murder. Like Roxy Hart. Oh, Fred, don't you lie to me. Bang, bang. They both reach for the gun. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, they both. No. It wasn't like that, guys. The neck. He stood on his neck for 8 minutes and 42 seconds, guys. That's more than premeditated murder. That was enjoying every second of his victim's his suffering. Enjoying suffering? Yes. That's all well and good and everything, but you see, the two charges, the second and third charge, well, they were the lesser charges. So they won't be adjudicated? Is this a law that's just? Guys, what kind of message are we sending with that shit? I know what kind of message we're sending. We're sending the message that we're willing to accept it, aren't we? I think so. So let me get this straight. The people that, in the 1994 crime bill, the three-strike rule, y'all know about that? Where if you got caught doing anything for 3 times in jail. You're in jail 3 times. The next time, you're not coming out. They'll still be in jail. Derek Chauvin will get out before those 3 strike rulers. Isn't that funny? Is this what you wanted when Trump was gone, guys? Is this what you wanted? Because if it is, count me out. Count me the fuck out. That's really all I had to say, guys. I really wasn't expecting anybody to be on. There's 2 of you. At this timing, I was really going to rage on and on, but now I see that I'm being watched, so I'm watching myself. It's going to, way to go, guys. Way to keep me honest, okay? Way to be my sponsors tonight. But I'm deciding, guys, to be free-thinking, innovative, open-minded. I'm deciding to take seriously the choices that I'm making every day. And although I do make mistakes all the time, okay? Thank you, Becca. Becca. She says I'm awesome. I think you're awesome too. I appreciate that. I'm just a normal human being, and I can see what's happening with my eyes and hear what's happening with my ears, and I have a heart, and so I don't have bandwagon mentality, but I do have principles and values, and I really care about those, and I care about this country, and I care about you guys. Even though I don't know you. It's because I'm a leftist. It is. But they're trying to get rid of all that, guys. It's all going to be washed away with the technocratic, corporate, oligarchical, international corporations, guys. So Logo Trey says Trump 2024. I don't really care. I don't understand why you put your faith in one man. I don't understand why you idolize people. Especially while this is all happening, guys. This is all happening right in front of our faces, and you're going to say Trump 2024? Okay, if you say so. Good for you. That's great. Anyway, guys, so Logo Trey says Trump 2024. I say, can we get justice back? Can we get integrity back? Can we live with our principles and our values? I hope so. Subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm not going to ask you for $10 donation to the DNC. I'm not going to ask you for. I stopped asking for money because I'm making money now at my fine dining restaurant. I want to do this anyway. This is literally something that I need to do. I need to make you guys see the truth. The truth is that we're being robbed. We're being taken advantage of, just like Britney Spears. And the sad part is that we are okay with this. And we're Trump 2024ing. We're Biden 2028ing. We're fucking Barack Obama 2029ing. We're worshiping man. We're idolizing calves. We're fucking giving in to the Coca-Cola. We're consuming the bullshit narratives. And we're not looking with our eyes and seeing with our ears. Or seeing with our eyes. And that sucks. I'm going to get y'all to see. I will. I swear to Jesus Christ. You're going to see. Domination politics.